Have you ever wondered what it means to be born again? The Messiah said to Nicodemus, who was a teacher of the law, he said, "This kingdom that I came to inherit is one that you would have to be born again to enter." He says you can't even see it if you're not born again. Talk less of entering it. So what does he mean? What did he mean when he said you have to be born again to see the kingdom, to enter it, to partake of it, to be a part of it? You would have to be born twice. In other words, he's saying that the first birth is corrupt. So if you're relying on your first birth that brought you into this world, if you're relying on that to enter this kingdom, you will miss it. You will miss it. This kingdom, which by the way, was already there before he came, but that he came to inherit what was already there. So in other words, he came into the world to take a kingdom. And he says this kingdom, you cannot enter it if you don't have a second birth. A second birth. Do you know what that literally means? It means you would have to walk out and walk in again. It means you would have to exit and re-enter. That's what it literally means. And this is what the first generation believers preached until the beast came out of the abyss and did what? He trampled upon truth. He crushed the truth. He brought it down to the ground and watered the gospel. And after watering the gospel, we got a diluted version. Listen, to be born again means you got to walk out and walk in. You have to exit and re-enter. That's what it means. It's a second birth. That is why the death of a believer is nothing to be mourned endlessly about, because you're in a better situation than we are. They have walked out and now they are incubating in the earth. They are incubating in the earth. Isaiah chapter 26 says this. It says the earth is a womb. It is holding her dead. And guess what it says next? It says the earth will give birth to her dead. Wow, that's amazing. The earth will give birth to her dead. That means the first time you leave this earth, what happens is that you have ceased from breathing atmospheric air. You're not breathing oxygen. And so because you have ceased from breathing atmospheric air, your flesh is subject to decay. So your flesh decays, but you are still alive. You go back to the heart of the earth and you incubate. Because you know what? Our first birth went wrong. The first birth went wrong. There was a corruption that was sown into our flesh. And so it stopped us from having or inheriting eternal life. And so what did the Father say? He says, everybody return back. Go back to the dust of the earth from which you were taken from. Okay? Incubate and grow your spirit and then come back again into the earth. So the day of the Lord is the day that the souls of men that have been incubating in the earth will be born into the world again. Yeah, that's the message of the gospel. Stay blessed.